It may not mean nothing to y'all. Understand nothing was done for me, so I don't plan on stopping at all. I want this shit forever, mine, ever mine, ever mine. I'm shutting shit down in the mall. It's Sunday, girl, she the one for me, and I ain't even planning the call. I want this shit forever, mine.
Hey my loves, it's me Keisha aka Color Me Pynk, and I'm here with this week's All Tea All Shade Real Housewives of Miami season 5 episode 8 review. All right, let's get into it, you guys. So the episode begins with Adriana's video shoot. It's finally the day and all the girls arrive. Guerdy is avoiding Alexia because she feels some type of way about how Alexia was acting on the Sprinter van when they were in Key West. And, you know, she was talking about Russian women being, you know, prostitutes, and about how she is a superstar, honey, and this, that, and the third. You know, she has showed her lily white, you know what. So, Marisol is there. She does not plan on being a part of the dance routine. She is there to play the role of bartender, although it is not a role. That is her everyday life, child. That lady is a functioning alcoholic. So, the girls are not listening to the director. He trying to get their attention. They over here having their own side conversations, child, drinking and thinking. This man trying to do his job. He like, why are these women not listening to me? That man was stressed out. They was being so disrespectful to that man and his time and Adriana's dime. Because I don't know about you, but if I was Adriana, I would have cussed them heifers out, because y'all ain't paying for this. And I'm paying for this probably by the hour. And y'all up here acting a donkey. So Larsa at some point, I think this was after the video shoot or either during the video shoot, says to Julia, you know, yeah, this was before they started filming. She was like, you know, somebody told me that they saw you making out with a man at such and such place. And she kind of pauses a little bit. And at first she said no. And she was like, she wasn't there at the place. And Larsa said that the person told her some other information, and Julia was like, yeah, oh yeah, that was me. We was playing around. And she was like, you know, there's makeout and then there's makeout. Basically trying to say, like, you know, there's making out where you just like all over each other, you know, on some infatuated, lustful type stuff. And then there's like, you know, playing around type of making out. And the girl's kind of looking at her like, you're a married woman. Like, that's not okay. Like, what you mean this y'all was playfully doing it? Like, that don't make sense. I think that it's disrespectful. I don't think that it's okay to be kissing on other people when you're married. If you and your partner don't have that, what's the word I'm looking for? Rule, I guess, you know, in your marriage that you can do so. If that's something that your partner is comfortable with, then have at it. But if you are in a strictly monogamous relationship, no ma'am, Pam. I wish my husband would come home telling me he was playfully kissing somebody. Okay, I'm gonna playfully kiss your ass. Like, nigga, what? So after that, Larsa shows the girls a page 6 article where page 6 was, you know, asking Lenny, are he and Lisa getting a divorce? And he said that it wasn't true, that they're not divorcing. And everybody is like, why is he lying? When we all know that that's happening. You know, you done basically tried to put this woman out on her behind, but yet and still you telling page 6 that it's not true. And if I'm the mistress, I'm looking at you sideways like, why is you lying? If you've already left your wife, why are you lying to the public and saying that y'all not getting a divorce? Like, what type of time are you on? But this little chick so young and dumb and just in it for the money, she probably don't even care. But Lenny is weird. Like, he's a weirdo. And like, Lisa, like, girl, God is doing you a favor getting this joke up out your life, child, because he is bleh. So Alexia at some point asks Guerdy why she's ignoring her, because she noticed that she hadn't been talking to her all day. And Guerdy was like, you know, I'm just not pleased with how you was acting the other day. Like, I don't appreciate it. I don't appreciate what you was saying about, you know, the party that I had threw for my brother, the little charity event, and how Marisol had the best event ever, and this, that, and the third. And, you know, Alexia then goes into this whole spiel about, you know what I was going through, my mom died, and she started fake crying with her fake white woman tears, and I'm looking at the television screen like, you gotta be joking me. You have got to be kidding me with these white lies and these white tears, trying to conjure up sympathy, which most white women end up doing when they are in the wrong. And Guerdy looking at her like, are you kidding me? She was like, if we want to play Young and the Restless Girl, I am Nikki Newman and I will out fake cry you any day. So they going back and forth, and Alexia was like, you abandoned me, but then you showed up to party at my wedding. And Guerdy was looking at her like, girl, me and you had a conversation. I told you I had to work, but I was going to try my hardest to come and show support, to show you that, you know, I do support you. I am happy, you know, for your nuptials. So for her to then try to flip that and act like she was just there for the party, like, girl, that little whack ass wedding, girl, you was on a boat. There was really no decor. You was just on a boat. Girl, sit down somewhere. Ain't nobody thinking about you. Girl, Alexia really is irking me this season. Like, really irking me. So, Guerdy was like, you know, in the sprinter, your behavior was disgusting and unacceptable. And Alexia's like, you're full of yourself. And then Guerdy brings up her brother, and she started fake crying, child. They both crying at each other. And then at some point, they end up making up and hugging. But we all know right now that things still aren't really good between them. So the whole thing is just ridiculous. But I'm Team Guerdy in this because Alexia is just on some other stuff this season, and I'm not really feeling it at all. So after that, the video shoot is somewhat over, I guess, child. It was so unorganized and all over the place. They tried to do a little 1-2 step, and it was more like a 1-5-4-3-2-9. It was all over the place, child. Larsa once again was like, Julia, let me talk. You know, let me talk to you. She was like, you know, I just want to understand how relationships work in 2022. Once again, trying to be messy, trying to, you know, see if this girl was doing something she ain't had no business doing to try to expose her. Like, you ain't slick. And Julia even peeped what she was trying to do. And Julia was like, you know, we were putting on a show for the paparazzi. And Larsa in her confession was like, you know, there's no paparazzi at the Four Seasons. Like, you're lying. Like, girl, stop. So they steady talking, and Adriana sticks up for Julia and was like, it's no different from when she kissed, I think it was Lisa or something like that. She was like, it's no difference. And Kiki was like, that was a game. And Adriana just snaps at Kiki and was like, what do you know, Kiki? You don't know shit. And Kiki was like, no, ma'am. No, we're not. We're not about to do that one. Kiki got up with the quickness. She was like, I was the only one there for her yesterday, and this is how she does me. Fuck her. And I don't blame her, because nobody else showed up to the little whack-ass choreo class that she had except for Kiki. And then you snapping on her like she was the one that started this conversation and was trying to expose your homegirl when it was Larsa. Why y'all not snapping on Larsa? Like, why you ain't snap on her? Why are you snapping on Kiki? Because she stated the obvious. It was a game. But at the same time, even with it being a game, it was still very much inappropriate in my eyes. So Kiki was like, I'm out of here. I'll be damned if you're going to treat me like I'm the hired help. No, ma'am. So she gets up and gathers her things to go. So, now it is the day of Julia's housewarming party. You know, she and Martina, you know, have this new home, and she wants to show the girls that she's more than this farm girl, that she has a glam side to her. So Guerdy is there at her home downstairs while she's getting dressed, and she gives Julia a call. And Julia says, oh, and by the way, I disinvited Kiki. And Guerdy was like, why? And she was like, because I didn't like the way she was acting, all of that cursing and stuff, and then threatening to sue. And they show a flashback to that day where Kiki was putting on her shoes and was telling the director to take her out of the video. She don't want to be a part of it. And if she see any part of her in the video, she's going to sue them. And Julia was like, you know, she didn't like that type of behavior. And I'm just looking like, okay, she was mad. It was in the moment. She didn't disrespect you as far as from what we saw. And if she at that point decided she didn't want her likeness to be shown in that video, she had every right. Would I have gone to that extent? No. You know, I wouldn't have cared much because it ain't like that song about to do anything. But it was a little bit extreme, but that's not a reason to disinvite her to your party. Like, I understand Adriana, your home girl. So basically, I guess it would have been her insinuating that she would be suing what's her name? Shit, Adriana, because it was Adriana's song and video. So I can see where there would be a conflict there, but that ain't had nothing to do with you. It didn't have anything to do with you. It was a spur of the moment thing. It was something that happened in the moment. I doubt she was that serious, but I don't know. Do y'all think that Kiki was wrong? Let me know down below in the comment section. So at this point, the other ladies have started to arrive, and Nicole asked Julia, you know, what happened the other day? You know, because I came in on the tail end of the conversation that she was having with Larsa. And they explained to her how Larsa was, you know, fishing for tea about her kissing this guy. And so Julia was like, it was premeditated. Larsa knew exactly what she was trying to get at, like trying to insinuate that I was having an affair and she know my wife. So Guerdy was like, well, is she coming tonight? Talking about Larsa. And Julie was like, yeah. And the look on Guerdy's face said everything. If you a black girl, you knew exactly what was written on Guerdy's face when she was like, yeah, she's coming. It was a look like, so you invite the white girl that tried to out you for cheating on your wife, but you disinvite the black girl that didn't do nothing to you. Make it make sense. And if I'm lying, I'm flying. You can't tell me that's not what Guerdy was thinking, because she had this look on her face like, like she already peep game at how these girls move. So Nicole was like, you know, I know you're going to get some type of sick pleasure out of Martina, you know, talking to Larsa at night, because, you know, Martina ain't got no problem cussing nobody out. She been checking women since the 80s, child. So Larsa arrives, and everybody kind of like looking, you know, like, ooh, what's about to go down? And she asked Adriana about the video, like, how'd everything go? And she was like, it was horrible. Y'all ruined it. And they showed a flashback where the director was telling Adriana they really didn't get most of the shots. Like, it just was not done right. And I don't understand why she asked them hoes to be in her video anyway. Like, they all a bunch of old ninnies. So the moment then comes where Martina is asked about the kiss that Julia had. And she was like, you know, I would prefer for her to have kiss a man than a woman. Like, she's fine with it. She doesn't care as long as it's not no woman. So everybody was like, oh, okay, see. And Larsa's moment was gone with the wind. It was gone with the wind. It didn't pan out the way she thought it was. And I'm like, girl, you need to focus on why your face is falling apart. Because this episode, you looked more like your old self than you ever had. It seemed like the filler in her face was just dissolving as she spoke. And it was just not giving at all. So Lisa arrives. She arrives just to show her face and show that she, you know, is there to support and everything. You know, she is still going through it. And Nicole was just giving her encouraging words that, you know, like 6 months, a year from now, we all gonna be laughing about this, and you gonna be so thankful that God removed him from your life and opened up the doors for somebody else who really loved you. And you could tell that Lisa, of course, was not in a mindset to be willing to accept that type of advice, but it's so true. It's so true, everything that Nicole was saying to her. And that's why I like Nicole, because she thinks logically. And you can tell that she was very sincere in what she was saying to Lisa at that moment. And I just felt bad for Lisa. I feel bad for her. I felt bad for her watching it. It was just a mess. So in Nicole's confessional, she also said, seeing what Lisa is going through is why I will never stop working. And I was like, amen. You better tell the truth and shame the devil. Don't you ever be solely dependent on nobody. Man, woman, parents, family, friends to take care of you. Because people will switch up on you in a moment. As you can see via Lisa and Lenny. Like, he treating her like she a dog off the street. Like she is a stray, honey. So basically that was it in this episode. It wasn't a lot going on, but it was still a cute little episode. So I'm going to give it a C-. Let me know what y'all think about tonight's episode down below in the comment section. Make sure to thumbs up this video, like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell button. I love you, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.